I've done 500 million in a calendar year. I'm on over 500 million within a 12-month period. Things were so difficult in the UK in business, which is not just me that would say that, it's a lot of people, which I think is why the UK had the highest amount of millionaires that left for the UAE last year.
You know that AI agents are something that is coming. What role do you think they will play in the real estate? What skills do you think they might not be able to replace?
If you want people to listen to you for money advice, you should buy the property before the car. Before I sold real estate, I built houses with my own hands. I run businesses, I invested my own money. The only way to impress them is definitely outwork other agents and do more and provide more value.
You said that experience is irrelevant to selling real estate. But what matters more than experience? All right, we're here with another special episode in Dubai Catch Podcast. I have a special guest with us, Jake Nazer. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Good to see you too.
Absolutely. So for the audience that are listening right now, you're known as, maybe from my perspective, as Dubai's villa off-plan specialist. Who are you when you're not that? And you are not closing deals, you're not posting content? Who is Jake, really?
I'm very boring. So for the last 12 months, obviously work takes up a lot of time. I've been training for marathons constantly for 12 months. So a common question I get asked, what do you do outside of work? And it's pretty much just run.
You're pretty much an athlete versus also being a full-fledged broker. That's what you do.
It's pretty much, I do those two things because the job is tiring and it takes it out of you. And then the marathon training constantly takes it out of you as well. So run and work.
So pretty much you're doing the training first, and then you actually go to do the work, right?
I think they're both equally important because I think if you just focus on this job, selling real estate here is very tough. Lots of very competitive people from all around the world. And I think it's good to have one other thing to switch off.
Is that maybe something inside of you as an athlete? You want to compete in this real estate market because you feel like an athlete, you're competing against others?
I think so. If I ever make enough money, I feel like I can stop working. I'll probably just turn into a runner.
That's what you'll do. But what about like where you come from? For the people who are listening to you for the first time, where are you from?
So from Ascot, which is in Berkshire, just outside London.
All right.
Actually, the rulers of the UAE, I believe, live quite close to where I'm from. My auntie used to work at one of their houses. Probably shouldn't say that, should I?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can say that.
So I'll start that again. So I'm from Ascot, just outside London. It's in a county called Berkshire. Actually, I think the rulers of the UAE own some nice houses near me. My auntie used to work at one, but it's famous for the horse racing. So it's called Royal Ascot because the Queen, when she used to be alive, and the King now, they attend every day on one week. So
there's a stable, like a horse stables there, or
it's the famous racetrack in
racetracking.
The horse racetrack is the famous one in the UK, and it's right near Windsor Castle. So King or Queen, who's ever alive at the time when it's Royal Ascot, they take a horse and cart down still every day. So I'm from that little part of the UK.
Interesting. What made you think you wanted to move somewhere like Dubai? Out of every place you could have gone.
The honest reason, and I mean, my content sometimes, like, I love the UK. Maybe I seem too negative sometimes about it, and I'm so positive about the UAE, but I've run businesses in the UK for 10 years, various different ones. So I was a property developer there. So I used to buy plots, build houses, and sell them. Before that, I had a construction company. It's very difficult to run a business in the UK. Like, they make it a bit like the government, lots of rules, lots of legal processes and admin, and very slow system. And actually, I was in the middle of 2 projects, and it was 1 year it was going to take for an appeal on a civil legal case. So it was just about access rights. And was kind of stuck with nothing to do. And it takes 1 year to get through this court system planning in the UK. And then I was like, all my money was tied up, so I had to go somewhere. And I had to do something else because my solicitor said it was going to take a year. And then I had friends here, and I met a girl here, had the time. And then that's pretty much what led me here. Things were so difficult in the UK in business, which is not just me that would say that. It's a lot of people, which I think is why the UK had the highest amount of millionaires that left for the UAE last year.
Is it because it's so close and so convenient? No matter all the places they could have gone.
I think the good thing about the UAE is you, as a country in the Middle East, you're definitely the most accepting of Western people integrating as Western people. And I think because of that, you attract so many of the good people from the UK. So I feel like the ones coming are the positive ones, the driven ones. And I know there's all these stats about the millionaires that arrived, like 10,800 left the UK. But one of the big things, which I don't think is talked about enough, is the amount of young people coming here. So you're 20 to 30. They're not millionaires, and they're not in the big flashy stats, but the real driven and hungry ones. And even the UK people in general are the better ones that are here. So you don't feel like you're not around lots of English people here. I mean, as you know, we're everywhere here.
Hey, think about it. There's more than 200 nationalities right here in the UAE. And with that such diversity, you feel as it's like you travel. For us, a local, we feel like a tourist.
Yeah.
So now, figure traveling, we're only 10% or less than that. Well, the 90% of the population is all over the world.
And you tell when you're here. I mean, there's probably as many English people. You might know the stats better, but definitely in some communities, you go to Laos, Gav, Dubai, there's more English people than any other
It's
nationality.
interesting that in Dubai, that despite that we're diverse, I feel there is a sense of belonging here. Like everyone is accepted.
Yeah, I agree.
You don't feel like someone is casted out for whatever nationality they have here. And just you being part of here, living here, you're considered as any way possible similar to a Dubai citizen who's a local.
Yeah, I agree.
You're treated equally.
Yeah, I agree.
That's for sure.
And that's a big misconception. When obviously I post a lot of content online, and a lot of people who don't know Dubai or the UAE think that it's like stricter, and they think that some of outside nationalities like non-Emiratis are treated stricter, but actually
They're just the same.
they're
just the same.
and I've been in instances where I had a car crash with an Emirati guy. He crashed into me, went to the police station to figure it out. And the police officer just like
Question, both.
Questioned us both, laughed at him a bit because they determined it was his fault, and then they said, just it's your fault. So like big misconception, like the police will listen to both sides.
For sure. I mean, here in Dubai or in the UAE as a whole, no one is above the law.
Agree.
That's for sure. Now let's get back a little bit about you. You've done something really amazing this year. You have sold 276 million worth of property in 2025.
Yeah, that's from social media leads.
Just from social media.
Just from social media. I've done 424. I knew that this would come up, so I run my numbers before. So 424 in 2025. So that's year to date.
25 is still not done.
Yeah, so
amazing. You reached like a half a billion.
I've done $500 million in a calendar year. Yeah, I'm on like
billion dirham.
I'm on over $500 million within a 12-month period.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, if you think about it, most real estate agents, they barely can get anything in 6 months.
Yeah.
If you think about it, we have more than 26,000.
Yeah, registered. Yeah,
registered. But how many of them are really the top performance? It's very few.
I think
far in between.
I feel like, and there's agents, they've been here longer, they're much bigger than me, and a lot of the big deals are done by a select top
few.
1%, I would say.
But what is interesting from your revenue is half of that came from social media.
Yeah. And I'd done my first social media sale in March.
In March, this March.
This March.
And when did you start your social media?
So I started day one when I arrived. So like I'd done some basic reels. And that's why I tell everyone I've probably done 150 reels before I started getting a good amount of
Interesting.
inquiries.
Interesting.
And then it's compounded massively from there.
Where did you actually come to Dubai to start this venture?
I've been here 2 years.
2 years.
2 years last week.
All right. So you came here 2023 and you started from that moment you started your content creation.
Pretty soon, but it was nowhere near as consistent as I am now. I mean, now I'm 45 posts a month on Instagram, 30 on TikTok, but we use the same reels.
Okay, so monthly you do on a monthly basis you post 45 different types of content
On Instagram.
on Instagram. That's a lot more than the days of the month.
Yeah, so we
Like
do
every day.
video every day, non-negotiable, and that's new. And that's not even recycled content. That's one brand new video a day. And then we do the static image carousels, which have started doing really well. We do one every 2 days.
Wonderful. That is dedication.
Yeah.
That's like a full-time job.
Yeah,
Very
we
much.
do 274 million in social media sets. You'll find some inspiration to keep going.
That's for sure. I mean, that's for sure. If you think about it, but don't you think that most of your content also attracts also real estate brokers most of the time?
We've had to put more friction in the qualifying. So now it's auto DM replies because 80% of the messages are video edits. You know, the smaller developers asking me to do videos. But you know, some real good ones in there. So yeah, a lot of work in the qualifying.
Interesting. Yeah, I think nowadays with the AI and everything that you have no excuses
Agree.
to develop a system that could literally qualify the lead before he even gets you to your messages.
And that's exactly what we've been doing. So the last 6 weeks of my life, every evening, has pretty much been trying to figure this thing out, but we're really close.
Were you doing it by yourself or did you have like an agency that does it for you?
I've done it myself.
Oh, really?
I just feel like it's so important for the future
Mhm.
that I didn't want to delegate it out and then forever have someone in control. And every time I need to ring and pay them. So yeah, spend the time myself.
But pretty much when I've seen your content, what really amazed me was how you presented yourself.
Yeah.
A lot of the real estate brokers, they will usually present the house,
Yeah.
present whatever the project is, they will be in the spot, or you're right there giving insights,
Yeah.
giving data, giving information, less about like, hey, come and buy this property right now.
I feel like people don't understand how long they take to write some of my reels. They're like, did you ChatGPT the information? But like, you can't, the data isn't on ChatGPT.
True.
Dubai is really good, publishes it, it's on DXB or the system brokers can pay for Property Monitor. Like it's there, it's just lots of work to find the niche.
Exactly.
Numbers.
The way how you display it, how are you going to display it as a part of a content?
Yeah.
That also takes over.
I think what most people don't understand with the reels is this is how I write a reel. I will write a reel and it will look like a mess. Like if you read it, it doesn't flow, but I just get it out of my brain and I'll put the numbers in and I'll structure it. I will spend so much time editing that reel down. Like what words can we take out? Why am I saying this twice? How do we make this more high impact into the point? So that process just takes lots of time, where I feel lots of people rush the reels. But I think if you want 10,000 people to watch your video, some of my videos get 100,000 and we're talking about tax. Things that I would never thought get 100,000 views. But I feel like if you add the time that's watched, it can be 1 day, 2 days because on Instagram it shows you the total time watched by everyone. And you think if you want 2 days worth of someone's time, if you add all their time together and you don't want to spend 1 hour, 2 hours making it a value per second, then
you got to focus on the value every
Yeah.
second of the video.
That's
for sure.
exactly it. It's the value per second, I think.
And even something to keep their attention.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you don't want to be the boring guy.
Yeah,
who
exactly.
speaks out facts.
Yeah.
You want to show it in a way that is like a story.
Yeah.
And the way that you do it feels like a story. Like, here, I'm going to show you what's going to happen, but let me take you along to the side.
Yeah. That's a try hook,
Yeah.
evidence line, story, make you wait to the end.
Very
It's good. Mentally how I structure it.
Which is not something that everyone knows how to do.
No.
Yeah. Which is a very important thing, specifically if you're trying to communicate something as a message. You want to send it out to the people.
Yeah.
When they're so distracted by all the social media now,
Yeah.
they're just scrolling their hands every time like that. You got to have something that's going to stop them from scrolling.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. Now, you went from Dubai villas to Instagram reels, but how you present yourself professionally, how did you start to know, like, this is what I need to do?
Failing a lot. I feel, and I say this to everyone, you're gonna have to accept you're gonna look bad for 100 videos. Like, and it's that committal.
And did you feel like this, like your first 100 videos are so bad? Like, do you cringe watching your videos right now?
I like reposting how bad they are because, like, I think people think I was natural on camera. Big fear. I'd sold a property in the Palm for 54 million AD off plan, Como penthouse.
Yeah.
Before I was doing social, I'd done a few videos, and like, still after that, the camera felt strange and still like felt nervous on it. So I like watching it back because then I realized most people can't go through that period, and then that's why they'll find it hard to replicate.
I think a lot of people think that everything that we do on camera is like, it's like we just happen to know, but the more you actually do something, the more as you go about it, you start looking professional the way that you
Yeah.
want it to be.
Exactly.
As most people think that we're just like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
wasn't that case. If I looked at my first video, I would cringe at myself. I don't want to even look at my.
We should put some links in below. First video to show the first video.
I'm gonna show you behind the scenes. Because is this guy the same guy that I'm talking to right now? But I think the more you're consistent with it, the more you believe in yourself, the more you'll be able to eventually be the person that you want to be in the camera.
Yeah, I agree. I think it takes reps. Even if you're confident in person, one-to-one, when you get on camera, it's going to feel strange. So I think you just got to mentally commit to looking bad 100 times. Hopefully it's less, but after 100 times, I'm sure you'll be good enough.
Do you think like personal branding is something that's really important for real estate agents?
I can't believe how important it was. So I wanted to do the personal brand because I felt like it would add some value. I didn't expect even my highest estimate of where I could get to this year. I didn't expect the level of inquiries and how many deals I could do from it.
Like, you never expected that. You just did it for the sake of doing it?
I thought I would get some,
Mm.
and I thought over a longer period. So I didn't doubt that I would get some sales from it, but I didn't realize how many.
How many of them?
Yeah, honestly, I would never have, in my wildest dreams, told you this. I think I made a video in December saying the plan for this year. And it was like personal brand and plan. I'm going to up content. And I just like, I like doing videos of what I'm about to do. And then I hold myself to account.
It's like your self journey, you're recording that journey of what you're looking to do and accomplish.
Yeah. And I literally said I'd still done no sales. I think I had like just under 2,000 followers in December. And I've been doing content on and off for years.
It's very important to show your journey as well.
Yeah.
To talk about your journey. Like, hey, this is where I reach and this is where I want to go. Just feel free to follow me along as I go about it.
Yeah.
People like to see stories.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So let's talk a little bit about your representation of off-plan in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Compared to Dubai. What's that detail that most people in the market skip?
It's such a big misconception that I feel, for me, it's such a big misconception that both are not great. I have high net worth European buyers. Some of them would never ever want to live in Abu Dhabi. And some of them would never ever want to live in Dubai, which I think people overlook, that both are going to continue to thrive in over the next 5 to 10 years. And they complement each other. And there's enough small differences that makes the UAE better.
I see. And do you think, like, I believe that Abu Dhabi is rising in terms
Yeah.
of being able to deliver amazing projects that is happening right now, specifically with all the entertainment venues that
Yeah.
you're seeing right now. They have the Sphere,
Yeah.
similar to Las Vegas. Sphere is going to be developed here. You're talking about Disneyland. You're talking about all the Yas Island theme parks. It seems to be very family friendly and family venues available there,
Yeah.
much more than Dubai.
I agree. And lots of European buyers prefer that. I think the sports facilities they're building, I mean, as you know, a marathon runner, and Dubai has like the maulathon, by the way, that was great.
The
Like,
marathon, yep.
yeah, so I mean, just the fact to do that, like the cost and the work required by the government to give everyone air conditioned running in all of the malls across Dubai, for those who don't know, like amazing thing to do.
You've done one of them, right? Just
Two, yeah.
two.
So
Okay.
I had Berlin Marathon in 2.5 weeks. So I
Okay.
had to do 30-kilometer personal best attempt, and then I done it in Dubai Hills Mall.
How many minutes does it take to finish the 30 kilometers?
Me 2 hours and 5 minutes, 12 laps of Dubai Hills Mall.
Wow. If your legs must be like literally
Yeah,
shaking by
my calves took a beating because the mall tiles are a little bit harder than the tarmac outside, because tarmac has a bit of spring. So actually over 30K, like the calves are in bits.
So when you're running that, I think maybe with this running that you're doing, it's a lot of also mind-boggling in how you can keep your mind sane for the next 2 hours and a half that you're just gonna keep running.
I say this, and like my assistant's also a marathon runner, and we're talking about like someone who runs marathons, their main superpower is the ability to do a long, boring, repetitive task with no motivation. Because it's not motivating. There's no.
That's what the real estate feels like.
Yeah, that's exactly what real estate is. The mall running, like running for 30K is not. You can't be motivated every time, and you can't be motivated for 2 hours because you're running one speed when you're training for like marathon. It's
So
not
you're
like
not increasing your speed throughout the time?
no, you're just pretty much running. You're trying to say the same speed. So on a marathon over 42 kilometers, the goal is, especially the first 32 kilometers, to run one pace, pretty much to the second.
Okay.
And then if you have energy, speed up
All right.
for the 10.
Interesting. And you have to maintain that speed the whole time.
Yeah. I even know my speed. It's like 14.7 kilometers an hour. I'm trying to run. That's how precise.
That's running. That's not a marathon. That feels like a sprint. From
14.7 kilometers an hour is my target time.
Wow. Wow. So let's go back a little bit into real estate again.
Yeah.
So when you look at those biggest deals that you've ever made, do you notice they came more from the content you put online, or did they come from the relationships that you have built in Dubai?
Here's another misconception about my social. I was doing big deals and met big clients before social. And I say that to people, when you're on your social media journey, you actually have to be able to do the thing to talk about the thing. Like, you can't just come and talk about big properties and you don't know what you're talking about. So my biggest deal, Como Residence Penthouse, 54 million, that was from a face-to-face meeting. I sold District 1 West, 33 million. Again, a relationship offline. So some of my biggest deals are actually offline.
All right. And those people that you've had the chance to sell them such big deal, where did they actually come from? Like, did you meet them in a circle, business capital club venues, or where was exactly the place that truly has got you the connection that you're able to actually.
And this is the thing I think a lot of people do wrong in Dubai, is going to these expensive places where you meet these people. It was actually their number was on a database. They must have registered for something before on the company I was on. And it was just calling through numbers that were registered on a company. And that was on our like previous leads.
All right. So it's just based in a database, and you just called and they said, "Hey, hello."
One of them, I sold their villa for 8 million.
All right.
So they had an off. I sold it for 10. They bought it for 8. It was an off-plan villa they were looking to sell, and I helped sell that one. I just called them one day and was like, "Yeah, we're looking to sell." I had a buyer, done the deal, and then met them throughout that process, and then they turned into a buyer.
All right.
So what most people in the UK, we buy one home and we keep it.
Okay.
In Dubai, some off-plan investors are crazy. As you know, like they'll buy 10, 12 things. So if you meet the big clients, some people's job is to buy off-plan and sell off-plan. They might have made a lot of money in another business. But there are many people that half of their job now is they buy off-plan, it appreciates, and then they sell it.
Flip it.
Yeah.
Very much.
Lots of people with lots of capital.
You've said, I don't know if this is true or not, but you've said that experience is irrelevant to selling real estate. But what matters more than experience?
So that was a catchy hook that I went on after. So what I don't like is real estate agents here that say, I've got 10 years experience, but they haven't worked that hard. They complain. They're not reading the way the market's going now. And another side of it is before I sold real estate, I built houses with my own hands. I run businesses. I invested my own money. So I've had it before. People are like, you think you know so much. You've been here 2 years. And it's like, yeah, but 10 years before, I built and invested in properties. This prior skill set matters as much. And then how hard you work in the time you're here. And then how much you're keeping up with the trends, as you know, with AI. And also as the market's changing, I feel like UAE's seen as a lot more stable long-term home, where I feel like before people used to come here and make money and think they're going to leave. Say like 10 years ago, that
might now become their primary home or their second home.
Yeah. When I think 10 years ago, when people used to move here, they used to think
temporary.
Yeah, I'm going to go make some money in this tax-free, nice hot place with luxury, and then I'll go back to Europe with my money. But I think that's changed.
Yeah, there has been a shift in that mindset. But when we come back to the agents themselves, what would make an agent really stand out from the crowd?
It's a very good point. I think big thing a lot of agents do wrong, they just forward brochures and hope. Like if I'll be sitting with an off-plan investor and like a new launch will come. Boom, 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 boom. Everyone's just forwarding it with no skill.
Text, the images, the brochures, everything.
And their phone is just like 5 agents just pinging and hope. And I feel like doing more work. So I write my own analysis, and I did a report on Abu Dhabi off-plan, and I got 1,000 people commented requesting the PDF. So, but I used to write them when I only had 20 people to send it to when I started. I've always written analysis, my fault. So I think writing analysis with opinion and having the courage to send out, say, here's the brochure, but here's what I wrote. This is why it's good for you. And qualifying before. The guy, when we booked the 54 million dirham Como penthouse, as we were booking it, people were sending him 1 million dirham apartments for investment. And it's like, know who you're sending what to. Don't.
So how do you know? Do you just ask them the usual question? What is your budget?
Yeah, well, more like you could ask them their investment strategy. What's your plan over the next year? Open, broad questions. Successful people like to talk about what they do and why they're successful, if you ask them the right way.
Do you think it would be easier to actually give them suggestions more so than to ask them for those suggestions, what they're looking for?
I think you have to ask them before you suggest.
Okay.
I sold in Abu Dhabi a 36 million dirham mansion the other day. And one of his key things he said, you're the only one He didn't just send me loads of PDFs and hope that I buy. I sent him one project. That was it. I was like, this is the one for you.
So based on the analysis of the questions, you basically send him the right proposal.
Yeah.
That's how you
And then they know you're listening. There's nothing
Yeah.
people dislike more in life than someone who doesn't understand or want to understand what they want and then sending them the wrong thing.
Okay. And what about when you meet with those clients? Do you just stay on WhatsApp or you actually go on a call? You meet them in the person?
The craziest thing, in August, I sold 85 million dirhams of off plan. 70 million was off WhatsApp conversations. No
Just
call,
on WhatsApp.
no Zoom, no meeting, never met in person. Maybe it's because it's summer and everyone's away, but that's never happened before. But I have a rule. They communicate with people how they want to be communicated to.
Mhm.
Some people just like WhatsApp.
But many people, like I've seen in your stories, you don't want to deal with people who have less than 10 million budget, for example.
Yeah.
How do you really qualify the leads and assure that they have the budget to meet whatever you look
So-
for? It's a strange thing as well, because you're setting the boundary here.
Yeah.
I'm only going to work with 10 million and above. That's it.
Yeah. It's asking them. I have brokers who work for me, and I study villas. A good villa, whether it's in Dubai or Abu Dhabi, is around 10 million starts in. Maybe 7, 8 in,
Like Nazir Gardens and
Grand Polo.
yeah,
They're
Grand Polo.
they're good for the right person. They're 7, 8. Okay, so I would still help those people, but generally, 10 million now is what you need.
Yeah.
And that's the Abu Dhabi as well, Huduat, where I've sold a lot. 10 million's the
Norm.
the starting price, and then they go up to over 50. So I researched that end of the market so much. But if you ask me about a 6 million dirham apartment, I haven't looked at apartment floor plans in 6 months. So like, I am the worst because I don't know. And so, but I have brokers who work for me that can still help them. So for me, I would rather write more content, write the AI software that I'm writing, learn something else that will help the business over 1-2 years, than speak to someone below 10 million that I know I'd lose focus on.
All right.
And I would. It doesn't.
Because you see the value is in that specific thing. But how do you know exactly if this lead or this person is truly serious about this? They might ask you, there might be even a property agent.
I've had that. I had people pretending to be buyers to speak to me, to market to me, to ask questions so they can use it. But I just think in life, you've got to believe everyone until they give you a reason not to.
All right. Interesting. Well, if you ever need help with the AI thing, I know it's
the guy. We'll talk after this.
for sure. So you know that AI agents are something that is coming.
Yep.
What role do you think they will play in the real estate? And what skills do you think they might not be able to replace?
So people argue with me a lot through ChatGPT. And I mean that politely, like buyers, they will send me this ChatGPT analysis, and say if it's Abu Dhabi or Dubai or whatever. If you run a report where to invest in Dubai, it will say Emirates Hills, the Palm, because
Because that's what it knows.
Yeah.
It's the data that it shows.
yeah, because it showed you if you bought in the Palm when it was launched, you made a lot of money if you bought in Emirates Hills. And the same with Sadia and Abu Dhabi. So if you ask ChatGPT, it would tell you that and Dubai Hills and all these established places. But with off plan, it will never know, because it depends on so much, like the developer. Will the developer deliver on the brochure? Will the developer deliver on the community? What do people say about the customer service? I live in an email building. The customer service is amazing. And I live in an apartment, and the level of customer service is amazing. And I live there, so I know it. But AI is never going to be able to talk about those fine details. And numbers are great, and you need to lead with numbers. But there's so much more that's important. And the people who make the most in off plan, it's the buy when it's not established. But in 3-4 years, there's it's going to be a great community. But when you buy, if you can buy in the early stages in the right community, that's when you make the most
The
money.
most money for sure.
And AI is never going to be able to read the brochure and say who to trust and which one's the best. And
Unless you give it the right data.
yeah, but it's
But
tough.
then this is where I say, for me, my perspective, working in the AI field, I believe that you can never truly replace a human.
Yeah.
But you can always collaborate with AI to make things faster.
Yeah.
So if a client needs something fast, a deeper insight, he can use AI to do the calculations fast.
Yeah.
And be able to accurately see it, view it, find out that is correct, and then deliver it.
I agree. So AI can do a lot more of the early work required.
Pretty much get things running.
Yeah.
Get things fast.
Yeah.
It'll speed up the process, but you have to verify it.
Yeah,
You as
exactly.
an agent, this is your expertise, your skills. You should be able to verify the information right there and then provide it to the client.
I agree.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, I reckon it will never overtake the entire process, but the clever companies and agents that use it early on can definitely get more analysis out quicker.
More analysis, the process steps has been, even I think you're using in a sort of way, I will not say an AI, but ManyChat.
Yeah.
What is being used? It's being used in a way to speed up some of the process, the qualification, sending out the documents.
Yeah.
Everything else is.
I would never have known how to build that system because now it also integrates with our CRM, it catches leads and certain metrics. Like AI helped me design the best system for my use. So there's many variables within it, and then we're going to plug AI in after.
Most people think that AI is just a question and answer.
Yeah.
No, you can even tell it like, hey, I'm looking to design a system. Tell me.
Yeah, that's
How
exactly.
can I design this system?
That's exactly what I've done for lead storage, and we made a whole integrated system with AI. That would have cost me to pay a person $10,000 to $20,000. The system I just designed,
Sure.
And then they'd always have the hold over me, whoever designed it.
So you've said once, don't chase the glitter of quick success. How do you stay grounded in the long game when you have made so much success so far?
Yeah, I think with that, what I was meaning is a lot of agents, they come and you make one big deal, two big deals, and they will rush to buy the car, the Rolex, the flashy stuff to show off. And I think they buy it too early. So that's what I'm talking about there. And I feel like if you want to advise people to buy off plan, I know it takes time to get to that level, but for me, it's like you should be an investor before, when you have the capital available. If you want people to listen to you for money advice, you should buy the property before the car or the watch. Obviously, it's a good enough car to take clients in. Obviously, buy that, but you shouldn't be buying Rolex or Patek Philippe's before you own a property in the UAE.
It's like more so invest in assets that appreciate with time rather than assets that depreciate with time.
Yeah, like you wouldn't buy a suit from a guy who wears an ugly suit.
Sure.
So if you want someone to buy property from you and off-plan investors, I bought in Abu Dhabi, the villa there. I've done 3 deals in the next 10 days after that, after people saw I bought there.
Interesting. So is it because of your story, you mean?
Yeah.
You just posted that you bought
As
it.
soon as I showed I'd booked there, 3 people booked within 10 days.
Wow. It's more so like you're building credibility. Like, I'm putting my money in what I'm saying.
Yeah. Like,
that's what I feel.
like I wear a Garmin, it's 1,000 AED watch. And I know people like watches, so buy it if you have enough spare money. I'm not anti buying nice things. But like, if you're an agent, I promise you don't need flashy stuff. You don't need to, buyers don't care. Like, you can't impress them with money because the buyers you should want have so much more money than you.
So what can you truly impress them? That would be interesting to know.
Outworking them.
Outworking the buyer?
I mean, in terms of a general of who you are. I think wealthiest clients, a lot of them respect the running and they respect the amount of work. And then the way that I present information to them, like analysis or PDFs. So I think the only way to impress them is definitely outwork other agents and do more and provide more value.
Interesting. So when I'm thinking about this, everything that we talked about, you're talking about instead of just sending out the brochure, or just giving them all the images and everything and expecting something you'll hook up from the leads. Rather, you're doing your own analysis. You send that analysis to them, but do you explain that analysis in addition to the document that you're sending them?
Yeah, I've got a PDF that's why Abu Dhabi off plan, and it's just some simple stats, misconception about the law. And I think a lot of people think Dubai and Abu Dhabi, the law is very different. I know that you're in control of some here in Dubai, but all in all, majority of the law is the same in both Emirates. But even I just go into details of every objection I've ever had,
Really?
like that seems trivial. Like lots of people think alcohol law is different in the Emirates. A lot of people, they can only sell alcohol in the hotels and everything.
So you're saying like investors ask about those sort of questions?
European investors really, really care about that.
Really?
I promise. It's in the PDF. I'm like, alcohol law is the same. Just Abu Dhabi has issued less
I
licenses.
think that would be the last thing in my mind when it comes to like, for someone looking to invest in a property, I would be thinking they'll be talking about the sizes, where the location is, what's the view like. But talking about even the laws, that is something.
Yeah, law's a big thing to Europeans because they see it. Europeans won't move there if alcohol is not available, and so that's what they see it.
Yeah,
'Cause
they see it as a way like, okay, if I'm really going to invest in something, then I'm going to invest in something where I know either it can be my house
Yeah.
to live in, or potentially anyone from my country or wherever country you're coming, they're coming to invest in.
They need to picture the avatar of the person who's moving in. And so if you're from Europe, you think Europeans.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, investors, do even when they're buying investment, they will say, if my other business goes wrong, least I can keep it.
True.
So they do buy on the backup of if they have to live there. I mean, it's not bad if you have to live in a if stuff goes wrong, you get to keep your 30 million AD villa. But
So when you're like creating content here, you're pretty much creating content to the audiences that are like the system in the Instagram. It showcases to the people wherever you are currently living. Like for example, for me, but the content that I'm creating is mostly targeting people in the UAE.
Yeah.
And the people and the countries around the UAE. So you talk about India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and African countries. This is what I'm targeting mostly. But I just wondered, like, have you been seeing the same situation with you, or where are most of your followers coming from?
Mine are naturally from the UK.
UK.
So a lot of my followers live here, but it's European. So my content, I just think with content, like I said earlier, you have to know the thing you're talking about. And I don't know enough about the other countries. I'll touch on them lightly with quick facts, but I have family in the UK, and I know
Exactly.
I know how the tax law is changing. I run businesses there, so I stick to what I know. And English is a UK buys are the second biggest in the UAE, so the market's fine. Like if I can take enough of them,
We could just take a share of the UK.
Yeah,
Then that's it. You're all good.
yeah, I'm fine. I don't.
So you don't need more than
Yeah.
that for sure. So what's the one myth about Dubai's real estate scene that you're just tired of people believing on? They believe in this myth in the real estate market.
Let me think on that one. Biggest myth. I thought of an answer for this earlier. Biggest myth. Maybe we come back to that one.
For sure.
We can cut it in, right? Later.
We'll come back
Do this myth. I'm trying to think what it is. I don't want to say like every buy is a good buy.
I mean, for me, it's like, I'm thinking about the myths that they truly believe that we're still living in a desert.
Yeah.
Way they think that we're still living in a desert, so it's a whole desert. Like, what are you gonna build? What is Dubai gonna do in this? Like, why would I invest in a desert place?
Yeah.
When I can invest in a European country or somewhere else. That's the biggest myth.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
We'll come back to it. So If someone told you that they don't need Instagram to grow their business, what would your response be?
You don't, it would just take a lot longer.
Really? Interesting. Because I think of it like there's a lot of successful real estate agents that barely ever have social media following, but they're crushing it
Agree. And they've been here
for a long
a
time.
long time.
Yes.
So you definitely can do it without content. Just, it will take longer.
True. Now that it comes to my sense, you said it's been longer. Yes.
Yeah.
It does make sense. So what about in terms of the most outrageous thing that's happened during a property showing in your career?
Mine's not so bad.
Okay.
I've in people turning up an hour late is common. I think it's a lot harder for European women real estate agents. Like some of the men ask them on dates and a bit creepy, but I think that's it.
I think they think that if they get a deal with the person, they expect that they will return the favor by going on a date.
Yeah.
Or something. Impressing them through the buying that.
I think it's I feel sorry for some of the girls sometimes. A lot of men pretend they have more money here. Or they'll say, buy this property, but I want to take you for dinner. Which,
And then they fake it. They don't actually buy it.
yeah,
That's what happens.
yeah.
I guess so.
So I'm not pretty enough for that to happen.
I think if you were, you probably would have abused the hell of a. For sure. So, what about giving a reality check for most people? Is wealth in Dubai more about location or timing as a real estate agent?
You mean in terms of making it?
Yeah.
I think everyone has the ability to be a big agent here. And I don't think it's about timing. I was with a broker yesterday. He's much bigger broker than me. He's been here since 2009 and he's a specialist in one of the villa communities. And yeah, I think he was here after the 2008 crash, obviously the worldwide financial crash that affected everywhere. And most agents couldn't handle it and they left because it was really easy before the financial crisis. Then it got tough like it did in all of the world. And he stuck it out and stayed there. And now he's like a huge agent and, has multiple investment and really nice guy.
Did he stay as an agent or does he have his own brokerage firm? Right?
No, he works for a big company.
Okay.
But he kind of runs his own team. But my point is, you can't blame it on timing. I think we come here at a good time. I come here. I think it's more competitive now you come because there's all the stories of how much agents earn. The more come in and trying it. But I wouldn't say it's picking the time and it's just staying in long enough and keep working.
Do you think like it's true that most real estate agents, when they come in for the first time, they should not expect to sell anything within the first 6 months?
You should, in 1 year, goal to break even.
Break even.
Like just earn enough to live and a bit more.
So what is that thing that makes them suddenly rise to the top or can make them succeed? Why do we have to wait 6 months or 1 year until they get to the process of succeeding?
Because the investors know how many people coming in and out. Like, why should someone trust 4 million dirhams purchase with you? So if you got 4 million dirhams, you're a millionaire in the US. 3.6 million AED is $1 million. Yeah. So why should a millionaire deal with someone who's been here for 6 months? I always think like if you're a doctor, you're going to deal with the doctor who's still in med school, not qualified.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to have surgery. You're picking the doctor still in med school who's just started or
someone who's way that.
Or
Do you think like investors really ask that question? Like how many years you've been here?
I think they know. I think they can talk in sense. I think like you got to remember a millionaire's time is really important and is really valuable. Every millionaire in the world, no matter what business you're in, like your time is value. So when you're taking up 10 minutes of their time, that is value. And enough people want to work with them. So I think you got to know 6 months of just hard work to learn the market.
So that's the basis. The foundation is to learn the whole market.
Yeah, like when I come, English brokers, English people, when they come, they go out on the weekends, do the beach clubs.
Distractions.
Yeah, and what I used to do on Sunday is drive to a new area. If someone mentioned Tilao Gaff, Dubai Hills, I didn't know it. I'll be honest. When I moved, I'd been here on holiday once. So what I had to do every weekend is drive to an area. If investors said something, I didn't know the area, I'll be like, okay, I'll go there this weekend or there. And then, because the problem is, it comes up in the calls the week after. They'll go, what do you think of this area? Or
The Mock Islands, Sini Island or whatever.
yeah, and they'll ask
Black
questions.
Island. So
Yeah, and if you haven't been there, you're like, yeah, great. And then, but they're testing you. A lot of these investors are wanting you to say it's bad. Like, they'll probably think it's bad. But they'll say, what do you think of this? And then every agent, it's the best thing ever.
guaranteed ROI 100%.
You'll make $1 million in a month. So
Yeah.
I think it's, it's not, Dubai's not small. You got to go learn every community, and that's just going to take time.
If there was something that you could tell an agent who's starting right now to really succeed and move forward, what would that be?
Funnily enough, I wrote a reel on this today. I didn't even know you were going to ask that. So I think you've got to do it as a 2-year plan, and you got to commit to it for 2 years. And we're talking about doctors again, but doctors train for 7 years and they end up in lots of debt if they borrow the money or their parents pay, whatever. Like, to be a doctor costs hundreds of thousands of dollars.
True.
And you earn no money for 7 years, and it's really stressful and really tough. So if you can't commit to being a real estate agent and being tough for 2 years, just don't start, because it's going to be super tough. And even when you're earning money, it's super tough. Like, you've got previous clients that want your time. You've got current clients. The pressure still is there. So I think you got to come up with a 2-year strategy where 6 months is just solid sacrifice. Try doing a bit on personal branding. Accept you're not going to earn a lot, but you're going to see a lot of people earn a lot of money. So that's tough, especially in a big company with 200 people. The top 10 are probably earning over 2 million dirhams a year. And then you're earning, 100,000, 200,000. It's super tough, and they'll be doing deal. Like, it's mentally tough.
Do you think most of those deals that they're doing is based on the previous clients that they had?
Yeah. Success
They're building
compounds.
that client base.
Yes. Yeah. They've been here 3 years. You can't compare yourself to them.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the clients I've got in the last 6 months, crazy compared to my first 18 months. Most of my success has come in the last 6 months, in terms of figures sold.
And do you feel like that most of them came from your reels or they came from your stories? Because a lot of people, they use their stories to get the leads compared to.
Do you know one thing with the stories that does well? I think if real estate's got to be your main brand, and actually real regulations dictate that your real estate page should be a real estate page. But then you can post a bit of your life, which is like your sub brand, which I think stories do really well. Like, let people in a little bit, but not too much. You don't need to show them everything.
Yeah.
But, the running, I think a lot of CEOs and wealthy people train a lot. Like, and if they don't, at least the ones who do inquire with me because they like that I'm training. So I think open up a bit of your personal life.
It shows you're not a robot.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a human.
Yeah.
I think, unfortunately, I don't show much of myself other than being the government guy or the guy who speaks about every campaign.
But you're doing 6 social media jobs at once.
Doing a lot of things. Yeah. Yeah. It's tough, but I try to leverage everything with AI.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything with my team. Delegate.
Yeah.
Everything I try to delegate and focus only on the things that truly matter.
Yeah.
So maybe in terms of writing reels, I still do.
Yeah.
Because I focus. That's the main point. How I'm going to attract the people? I gotta make a really good reel.
Yeah.
When it comes to that. And then when it comes to the editing, everything else, the production, the videography, the a lot of the ideation might be sometimes I might be doing AI, but the main part of me presenting and me writing, I think that's the most critical part when it comes to the content creation side.
I agree. A lot of real estate agents use these people who write your content and you turn up. And the problem is they're writing content for 12 brokers. And that's why you'll see so many agents with the same
Information.
gimmick style reel at the same time. And
True.
and I think writing it is so key.
It adds your own personality.
Yeah.
In a way. Like you're adding your own character. This is how you would speak.
Yeah.
You know, when I see your videos, Jake, I know that this is your style.
Yeah.
This is how he's gonna start like this. He has the whiteboard that's that he can move and track. So there's a certain style, even with your clothing and line.
Yeah.
Put a certain personal brand to yourself.
I have 7 of this white t-shirt.
I have 10 of this. I'm not only wearing it, so by the way. I got 10 more of that. So just to make sure that people don't know. Yeah, but this is how in Dubai. This is our suit. This is our business casual. This is our business uniform. This is how we go to work, how we go for friends, how we actually enjoy our time here in Dubai. So this is pretty much it. But I do wear also sometimes and not jeans, but like sport clothes.
Yeah, nice.
Or so. Yeah. So I'll give you this one last question that I have. If you had to leave Dubai tomorrow, how would you position your brand globally?
See, this is difficult because I feel like there's no other market like this. So I don't know where else I'd be able to use it in the same way.
So no better place to be in there than Dubai.
No, I just feel like I've seen investors firsthand make so much money in off-plan. And the analysis really is for them and people moving. There's nowhere that attracts people the way the UAE is now, and especially from Europe. I think you're the biggest magnet in the world for Europeans, which is crazy. No European country is beating a European country. So well done to the UAE. So I feel like my personal brand is focused fully on here, and I don't even know if it would work.
Do you think you will retire here and stay here?
I think it definitely 6 months and 1 day, so my tax status remains. That's the tax law. If you're here 51% of the year. So definitely for that reason, and yeah, I feel like part of Europe I'll go in the summer. And the best thing about working in the UAE is so hot in the summer that actually it's the only job where you can go away for 2 months and everyone thinks it's normal to work in the south of France.
Very common thing here.
Yeah.
During the summer, everyone just goes, it's so quiet here.
Which is such a positive.
I get to enjoy it. I enjoy it actually being here. Someone like, oh my God, the streets are so quiet. I can just go.
But every year it's improving what you can do here in the summer. Abu Dhabi had the High Rocks thing, which is not for me. And then Dubai putting on the inside running in the multiple malls.
Yeah.
But I feel like every year you add something.
Absolutely.
And you've got all the stuff for kids inside. You've got air-conditioned paddle
Dubai
boats.
is running 24/7.
Yeah. I mean,
never stop.
And every year it's getting easier to be here in the summer.
And the events for sports and everything are going to start very soon.
Exactly.
During the winter.
Yeah.
And you're going to enjoy running in Sheikh Zayed Road.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi Marathon I'm signed up in Dubai. I'll do as well.
For sure. Well, Jake, thank you so much for
Thank
being
you.
here and sharing your advice with the audience here. I really enjoyed it.
Me too. Thanks, man.
Thank you.